Hi, welcome to Celebrate Aging. My name is Wendy Gordon and I am the registered dietitian here at Ecumen Detroit Lakes, formerly known as Emmanuel Community. And with me today I have Nikki Seberg. Nikki is a dietetic intern and she's went to school to be a registered dietitian and she's finishing up some requirements. So she's been here with me for 4 weeks. I have her for 2 more weeks, which I'm so glad about. So what we're going to be doing today is we are so blessed to be here at Central Market. We are extremely excited that we're able to go through the store here with you and give you some really good tips on how you can come to the store and make sure that you fill your basket with healthful, nutritious, delicious foods and how you can do that. So we're going to give you some tips today. So Nikki's going to go through and explain to us what it is that you can do before you get to the store, and then we'll go through the store and show you some great tips also. So Nikki.
Well, first thing before you go grocery shopping, you should always eat. Don't ever go to the grocery store hungry because that can prevent the impulse buys.
It's a good tip.
When you go hungry, you tend to buy more at the grocery store, and you tend to buy junk food. You buy quick things that you can just eat right now, right when you get in the car. Also, to prepare for going to the grocery store, try making a list. If you make a list, you get more nutritious, healthful foods, and you come with a plan. So you actually come to the grocery store, and if you're really organized, you can follow in order where you're stopping to. So here we're in the produce section, and next we'll go to the meats and so on.
Right.
So if you plan out your meals ahead of time, say Monday you're having something for supper, then Tuesday you're having this.
Right. And
you can go through, and that saves time and money because you can make all of your stuff in one stop.
Exactly. So those are great tips to be prepared before you come. A lot of times, like you said, impulse buying becomes a problem when you're not prepared or if you're hungry. And the other part of it too is you already know what things you can plan that are nutritious meals, and that's really important. That's what we want to focus on today.
Yep, and it also cuts down on second trips to the grocery store. So if you have a list, you know exactly what you're getting. You don't have to come back 2 or 3 times later this week.
Right.
So since we've talked about how to prepare for the grocery store, now we'll actually go through and talk about how to shop for fresh produce and what to look for maybe in the regular produce section, the fruits and vegetables, and also the organic section as well.
Definitely.
I mentioned before when you're planning out the grocery list to shop the perimeter of the grocery store.
Very important.
We start off in the produce section and then we go to the bakery, buy all of our fresh baked goods. They're baked right in-house, so that's nice. You don't have any of the processed things going in there. Then you head over to the meats and finally finish with the freezer section.
Right.
And if you've noticed here, there's kind of a trend. We haven't said anything in the can aisle yet. We want to shop the can aisle as little as possible.
Right.
We can get all the things that we need from the perimeter of the grocery store where it's the healthiest for us too.
So what we're going to be doing, and we'll actually be talking about this in the next segment, that we're going to go to the health food section and then into the middle part of the store, which is the canned and the boxed foods. But obviously, which is really cool how they set the store up, isn't it kind of interesting that the first section you get to when you walk into the store is the produce section. The freshest, most nutritious, healthful foods that we can actually eat are right here at the beginning of the store. So that's what we want to do next, is kind of go through and explain what kind of things should you be looking for, what are the best things to be using when you get even to the produce section. So Nikki, you know, I was talking the other day about how at Emmanuel, at Ecumen Detroit Lakes, we make everything from scratch there.
And that's fantastic. These are all examples of things that you use
to make from scratch
at Emmanuel. And that's so great for the residents. They're used to home-cooked meals.
And they're still getting that.
And you're keeping that going for them. One thing I would like to mention is the majority of your grocery store purchases should be from the produce section. A lot of people don't know that or don't realize. Fill up your grocery cart. Start with the produce section and just fill it up because the most should come from here.
Right. That's where you're going to get your most nutrients. So as we go through the grocery store here, even when we're talking about the greens are the healthiest things. And so what we'll do is we'll start right over there and we'll go over to the last series that we did was on the colors. That's the other thing that you want to look at, is when you fill your grocery cart, make sure that you're filling it with all the beautiful colors that we have.
Bright, vibrant colors. You want to look for crisp, tight fruits and vegetables.
What about like broccoli and cauliflower?
Yeah, for broccoli and cauliflower, you want tight florets, no discoloration, nothing wilting. You don't want to see any brown or yellow spots on them.
Right.
The same is true for lettuce if you're trying to buy romaine lettuce or herbs such as cilantro and parsley, which can also be some of the most nutrient-rich things that go on your plate.
Exactly. Speaking of parsley and cilantro, so many times people will use that as a garnish and they don't eat it. And I tell people all the time, eat the parsley and the cilantro. That's probably one of the most nutritious things on your plate. Parsley is a blood purifier, so it is extremely important. Cilantro is good for your liver and your kidney and helping take the toxins out of your body. So those are the kind of things that you really want to make sure that you're grabbing at the store and you're using. With making homemade things, like now we're going into the fall season and we're making soups and stews, things like that. Adding all your own fresh vegetables. The one thing that you want to make sure, Nikki, is when you go to a store, find out what day the grocery store's truck comes so that you're getting there on the day with the freshest produce.
That's a fantastic suggestion, because right as soon as the fruits and vegetables get picked from the field, they start losing the nutrients. Exactly. So you don't want something that's been picked a week ago. You want the freshest things that you can get, because that'll be the most bang for your buck, the most nutrients.
Right. The other thing too is when you're buying these vegetables and you're making your own things, is making sure that you are not peeling off the skins, okay?
Yep.
When it comes to potatoes, apples, carrots, so many times people peel all of those things. And what's so important to remember is that the skin and right underneath the skin is where most of the nutrients are.
Yep, and that's where most of the nutrients are. A lot of people do peel. But another good tip is to try and use everything that you buy. A good example would be celery. A lot of people don't use the celery leaves, which are a great peppery addition to salads, or you could use them in soups as well. Another example would be green onions. Some people buy green onions, they use the green part but not the white. So
use the whole.
Use the whole thing. And another good suggestion or tip would be, if you have a recipe, you bought a tomato, only used half, you have some onions left over at the end of the week, you can throw everything that you have into a soup. And that would use up all of the stuff that you have.
Great tip. The thing also is that we wanted to talk about too is the difference between organic versus not. So here at Central Market, they have a wonderful health food section, which we will go to at our next program. But I just wanted to point out so many times is that people have this concept that organic is so much more expensive. But I really want to point out, even now today at Central Market, the organic carrots, we already checked it out, the organic carrots were $1.89 for 2 pounds, and here the regular carrots are $1.99 for 2 pounds. So it's actually 10 cents cheaper for the organic.
Isn't that amazing?
So that's really important to pick out and to point out so that you understand, is that there isn't this huge concept difference as far as price. It's more that you really want to check it out. Another thing that they have on sale this week is, I was just telling my really good friend, she had come into the store, and they have on sale this week organic lettuce packages, 2 for $5. So it's $2.50.
That's incredible. And normally the regular lettuce isn't even that good of a price.
Expensive.
So
yeah, so
it's fantastic.
It is. So it's really important to not leave the organic out. The difference between organic and not is that organic, they do not have herbicides and pesticides that they spray all over the food. The other difference is that they have to have the soil and they overturn it, they put rich nutrients in it, so the nutrient content of that food is much different. So what we're going to do now is we're going to wrap it up for today, and we're going to go, and next time make sure that you meet with us, and we're going to go to the health food section and then into the aisles to give you some more tips about how to shop healthy at your local grocery store. Bless you and have a great day.